Hey, welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast. I am Sade.
I'm Nina. What's up, y'all?
Happy Wednesday, 6
Happy
p.m. Come
Wednesday.
on in
That's
the
right.
room. Come on
And
in
we
this
are
room, guys.
live, huh?
Our lives been getting more traction lately. You know
Traction.
what I'm saying? So y'all come on in the room and listen
We're
to
happy. We're happy. Yeah.
yes. So
Okay, so we got a lot to start off with, right? Well, to get the kick in the door with, right?
mhm,
So I was talking to you earlier about there was a post that April Jones made, Omarion's baby mom, right?
exactly.
She this has been a big issue in our world, right? I'm not yours because you're married, but
Right.
you hear all of your sisters,
And
your
friends.
friends,
Yes.
your clients, your associates talking about the 50-50 or just the gentleman, just the kindness, just the gestures as far as men when they're courting a woman.
Right.
Um
Remember
what's
when
the
we
limit? Their
recorded?
limitations
Remember
you
back
said you said you said what?
remember back in the day when we were courting guys when we were in high school, late college like age. They had
Right.
no problem with taking you out, sending a cab for you to come to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Paying for your, paying their way to your heart, basically.
Exactly.
Nowadays, they tend to think you're supposed to just, okay. Uh, for instance, you want to, he wants to see you.
Right. He wants to see
Okay,
you.
if you want to see me, we're distance, long distance. You
Right.
want to see me, you're gonna send for me, right?
Stand for me. Exactly.
They no longer do that
No.
nowadays. I wonder
Now,
why they don't do that.
okay, so they don't want to do that. Here's the thing, it's always an argument. Their thing is
Really?
they're thanks for tuning in. There's the thing. Here's the thing with it now. Some of the women, right? Not all, but there's women that when they get somewhere, like say a guy does pay or fly someone out.
Right?
I seen a situation where a guy flew a girl out. He flew one way for both of them. He asked her before they went and had dinner and before they got to the hotel after he flown them to Puerto Rico.
So two girls? Or
No,
is this
this guy he flew himself and flew the woman to Puerto Rico. And when they got to Puerto Rico, he told her, he said, "Are we finna go in this room and we finna get it on? And then that's gonna determine if I'm gonna pay for your flight home and for you a meal." And
what?
she was like, "Well, no, I just was coming for the trip. I thought that we was coming to have a good time. I didn't know that we was pressured to have sex." See, here's the thing with the communication. All this text messaging and all this conversation in the inboxing before you even go on a date, that's excluded. Stop doing that. But
Mhm.
you should automatically know right then and there that there's a flaw in the situation. There's game in the situation. If somebody is in your inbox just talking to you, or somebody is just on a text message talking to you, that's stupid. Why are you in a conversation with anybody when it's pertaining to spending time together and you're texting? What is that? Why aren't you verbal? That way you can hear the person's voice.
Yep.
You
See their
can
tone.
catch the vibe. You
Mm-hmm.
exactly, you can catch their tone and you can and it will tell you what it's gonna be.
Right.
You cannot vibe with nobody through a letter. I'm not gonna say
But you
vibe.
know
You can
what?
vibe with somebody through a letter, but nothing's genuine when it's written and you haven't seen them eye to eye. You gotta see them eye to eye, whether it's you on the phone FaceTime or it's whether it's in person. You have to vibe connection in person with somebody,
Yeah.
especially if you're talking
But
about
you know
we're
what?
about to have sex.
But just to be in his defense, why
Okay.
would you already know? Why would you go out of town, out the country, with somebody you didn't think you was gonna have to bust down with. Come on now. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that you're
Why
not
is
finna
your
go out
first date? Why is
there.
your
I don't
first
know. We
date
don't
Puerto
know if
Rico?
right. I don't even. We don't even know if that's their first date.
But he was not. I believe it was because he flew them there. You already made the agreement that you were going to go there. If he flew her there, she gave him her personal information for him to
Yes.
book the flight, right? Yes, Marie, I totally agree. The single life is where I'm at. I'm staying there, right? The text
Right.
and stuff, you already know that it's game with the texting
Yeah.
situation.
It's
That is
always.
a fact, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
always game. The situation that happened with April Jones, she said she's living on the West Coast. She's
Mm-hmm.
living in California.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that wanted to date her or that liked her is in New York.
Right.
He told her get herself there. Are
Right.
you gonna send for are you gonna come? She's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. He didn't say I'm gonna send you no money in no form. He's just like,
Right.
come there. My thing is you have to talk before even getting in that spot to meet somebody to
Yeah.
be on that kind of level. You have to be verbal. You
Yes.
it just texting alone is not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand days, time, everybody's busy, the world is moving.
Yeah.
Texting is a great way to communicate, not saying eliminate it altogether, but if
Right.
it's on that level to where we're having a personal situation going on,
Okay.
mm-mm. Uh-uh. Oh, it's
She said
May.
it's in May.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead,
Mayla.
Layla.
Okay.
It's Layla.
Hi, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was you. I thought,
You wanna
but
change your
yes,
name?
I'm. I right. I'm with you. I'm with you. Look, Mayla, I'm with you because guess what? I agree where I can send for myself. I can send for myself, right? I can fly myself to you, right? If I know previously that it's been cool with
Right.
you, right? Where I know you're not going to put me in no bullshit room. I know that, you're going to treat me good. If I automatically know that I can fly myself to you, I don't have a problem with that. If I want to see you as well, but you're saying you want me to come to you and you want me to be involved with whatever what you got planned for us, there should be a communication of where you should be sending me something on it, right?
Yeah. I should have communicated that.
That should have been communicated.
Yeah.
Um, then there was Just Hilarious that said on the Breakfast Club. She stated, which was a very valid point. She said, a lot of guys are testing you. A
Yeah.
lot of men with money are testing you to make sure that you're not just a bum girl, that you just want to use them for their money, that you're trying to get something out of them. They will
Exactly.
see, and you should pay your own way. Because guess what? You don't have to worry about sitting in the middle seat.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about being on Spirit.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to worry about anything that's uncomfortable that you wouldn't do for yourself. If you treat yourself good, then they gonna know how to treat you as well. I get all of that. With this new age and ways of dealing with men, I don't know about adjusting to it, but they have to do some adjustments as well. They're also acting too feminine. Like I want to be treated, like too sassy. Like you
Mm-hmm.
want to be catered to. Are you a woman? Or are you a man? Like
Exactly.
what is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say, like Jess Hilarious said, I agree with her. And just for my own term, if you're making an agreement with somebody and you tell them that, hey, I'm going to come and see you,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't discuss how it should be, who's
Right.
going to get there, who not. It shouldn't be no assumption. Lay
Right.
it out on the line, communicate verbally how you want to be treated and how they expect to be treated. Period. Like,
Okay.
don't be trying to go. That's like you going to a steak restaurant for the first time, right? Or
Okay.
a seafood restaurant for the first time with a guy that might be on another level, and you trying to act like you so familiarized and you over order And he like, who gonna pay for all of that? Then
Right.
you stuck and you ain't even got a credit card or a debit card for that matter to even cover the food that you pick.
Right. That's why I think that's why vice versa, women, men do the things they're doing now to check the temperature and see, hey, it has to be on an equal playing field.
Right. You got to
'Cause
know what type of woman you're dealing with. The men too, you can't just be going off of social media and thinking, "Oh, she got a bad body, she got a big booty, she look like she got motion going. Oh, she got these many followers." You cannot
not
go
all
by
time,
that.
it's not real all the time. It's
You cannot go by that. Remember when we was laughing at the clip that Cameron put up that said that he was dealing with somebody that had 9 million followers, but she was the
right.
most insecure woman. Her was trash. And she didn't have shit going on, but
Oh,
she had 9 million followers. So she was a fluke. She faked to us, to everybody in the world. He said that he had dealt with so
unbelievable.
many women that didn't have no followers, little
Right.
bit of followers,
Way
didn't really have social media thought. They really didn't have nothing going on. They was the most beautiful women inside and out, and
yeah,
they were very funny.
yeah.
That's what you want. All of us want somebody that's make you feel good inside.
Facts.
Everybody that's dealing with somebody, you want to be with somebody that doesn't have money, don't got nothing to do with it.
No, it don't. You want somebody that's gonna bring joy to you. So when you every time you see this person, your eyes light up, you happy,
Exactly. Every time the
you
person
want them
calls, you
to
ain't rejecting, you ain't swiping to the
know.
left. You know what I'm saying? You answering, you picking up, or you running to get in the corner or over where you
Hey,
can
it has
communicate whatever. You're excited, right? And you
excited.
want the excitement every time,
Yep. And
even
that's
if it's just a friend.
even if it's a friend. Yes, a friend, an employee, something, a co-worker. You want to be
Right,
in your setting, in your atmosphere, around everything around you need to be happy. We're at an
right,
age that we cannot stand. I cannot stand not the depression. I can't stand people not talking and quiet. I just can't. I can't do it. I want my little bubble to be very serene.
right.
And then when I come out my little sereneness, I have so much energy that I can give and flourish out to everybody where their energy, all of our energy matches. It match. How
Right. Okay. So for instance, okay, like Mela, right? She was married, right?
right.
She hasn't remarried.
Okay.
She's been in a relationship settings, right?
Hmm.
And in her, and I'm a friend that's been on the outside looking in, like watch married women, like, cause a lot of my friends, a lot of y'all are married or have been married, right? I I naturally gravitate to y'all women, right?
Right.
Because you guys know what the end is, right?
The end, the middle,
I'm saying the
the
end, right?
middle, the end.
Because the end is the marriage, right? So looking at my friends, my people that have been married and are married, right? I know what a man looks like. I have a friend also, like I'm gonna say Mela, for instance, because her man is no longer with us. He passed on.
Yeah.
But I could say for him, this is something that is kind of making me tear up, that he came to me and they were moving into a new house, right? And they were looking in between purchasing and renting. And so he came to me and was like, my wife has a job. This is before I met her, right? And this
Right.
was when, because I known him since he was little. So he's coming to me, and by me being in real estate, he was like, hey, my wife got a job, she be on her shit,
Okay.
she don't play about her bills. Like, that was such a turn on to me, by
Yes.
him being a younger man. And he's talking about his wife, right? And he's just saying that she's about her motherfucking business. Like,
Right.
find her somewhere, right? Because I knew
Right.
people that could get places too. He was just saying, hey, we need, and we want it to be good, and we ain't nasty, like he's running it
Right.
down. He didn't even have his wife there. She
No, but
didn't even know that, right?
respect,
And
respect.
I don't know if I even told her the story or not, but that was something that he told me. That's the type of man that you want, that can
Yeah.
represent you when you ain't looking. You
When
ain't
you
even
ain't
thinking. Like he said, she's at work and she's taking care of her business.
right.
And you want a man that represents you when you're not around, even if the man isn't yours, right? And somebody is like speaking on you.
Mm-hmm.
Can that man defend you? I'm
Yes.
talking about even these fools. I gotta be careful with what I say, but I'm talking about even these men that be sneaking and creeping and ain't speaking. On the low, you should be over there speaking up for whoever you're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying as far as men. What are you doing? Even the girls that you and see what men aren't getting in this day and age is the bottom is the worst thing you can do is sleep with somebody raw, right?
Right.
But people sleep raw often. If you sleep with somebody raw, you should be able to represent them. You know why? Because you soul tied with that person.
Yes.
If
But then
you're sleeping,
you have
huh?
guys sleeping with women, multiple women raw. So he confused and don't know
Then
what to
that
do.
but a woman that knows that the guy is sleeping with the woman raw, with other women, multiple women raw, what does that say about her? See, it's a lot
Exactly.
of things that people aren't taking accountability for, right?
Exactly.
The men are now shedding a light on women and the things that women do, right? But what they're not paying attention to is y'all are wrong for even going in somebody raw because you're soul tying with them. That person is tied to you forever. We always think like, oh damn, I can't get her off my mind. You don't know because you did something with her.
Yeah.
You already tied yourself into her.
The
And you
spirit.
will circle back, but the men circle back faster than the women. See, the
Yeah.
women we can put you over to the side and be done. Once we're done, we're good.
Yeah.
Men will always go
Try to circle
back,
back. Yeah.
especially if they enjoyed themselves, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
if it was trash to them, they'll try to go back to use them for something
Yeah.
because they tied themselves into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. That's what I mean by the soul tie, right? Men have to be accountable in some form. It's like you value your dollar more than your body.
Oh yeah, that's
You
what they
don't
do.
want to spend the money for you don't want to spend the money for to get to know this person, right? They often think that it's just a waste of time. I waste my money on that uh dinner and she came over here and I didn't get nothing. I didn't get none. Okay, but you was finna sleep with her and
Mm-hmm.
you wasn't even gonna protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing, what I'm saying about what's going on in the world right now. It's a spiritual warfare, and we will be talking about that constantly, especially with the way that everybody was shocked with Trump being in office, right?
Right.
We already knew that that was probably going to happen. There's not a problem with it. The problem is what are you going to do as an individual going forward? You can't change what's done. He's already talking about
Mm-hmm.
um what he's gonna do, right?
Yeah.
That still falls on us as an individual person. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Personally. Yep. Yeah. What you gonna do? And most people, but just hold on to your seat. We'll know really what's gonna happen January 4th. Yeah. I don't understand it, but yes.
Switching gears over to Trump, right? Leaving. Well, let's end on the relationship. Is this pay for your own way, ladies?
Yeah.
Pay for
Pay
your
for
own way
your
on everything. Get your understanding, men and women, before you even go on the date, before you even go out of town,
own. Yep.
any of that. Pay your own way. That way,
And
you
make
won't
sure
have
you
no problem with nothing. You won't
make
have a
sure you
problem or issue with anything, right?
yeah. Make sure you
Um,
have funds and
the reason why we had to cover the reason why there was black men in Atlanta said that they chose Trump over Kamala was because Kamala didn't have a set agenda on what she wanted to change. Trump knew what he was going to change, right?
okay, but
No, they said they said that he said what it was. He said the project 2025. He said that you know how he was going to do the immunity, how he was going to change the Department of Education. He is right now talking about how he's going to change as soon as he gets in the office that about the colleges. So our
Right.
kids for the next semesters going forward, if you don't if your numbers don't meet for your college, you just won't get in.
Mm. Mm.
He's changing all of the diversity and everything
So
in the
no,
colleges. Like that's the first thing, Department of Education and Deportation. That's the first thing on his
first
list.
two things on this list. Well, the first day is deportation.
Yeah.
Up to 1 million people in
Yeah.
one day. That's what they're shooting for, 1 million. That's a lot of people
Yes.
in the United States.
Yeah. It is.
Mm, mm,
The reality star, Mia, right? They call her Mia B. Lion. She's on Housewives of Potomac, right?
mhm.
So it's a big thing about her. She has her girlfriend, boyfriend, and her husband all on the same show. We're back to relationships again. I know we're bouncing back and forth, y'all, but we're back to the relationship situation. She
Well,
has a girl. She has a girlfriend, her
mhm.
boyfriend, that's some kind of rapper or something, and then her husband, all
Oh
on
my
one show.
God. So they're like in a four-way relationship.
No, yep, it's four-way. They're all acceptance of her, right?
Hmm.
She's an attractive woman, right? She has some kind of business, spa business or some kind of business or whatever, and it seems to be doing well, especially since she's been on the show Housewives of
Mhm.
Potomac. The thing about it is that the media is to where people's feeling this way because they're showing everything. All of the businesses, everybody runs to the platform to tell all of their business, right?
Right.
And she seems to be winning from it. She's gotten pretty good endorsements.
Mhm.
Her boyfriend, he doesn't seem to be going anywhere,
Okay.
and her girlfriend is now a part of the storyline.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I
Danelle says
agree
it's all
with
lessons. Yes, it
all
is.
lessons. It is all lessons.
It is all lessons, but at the same
Are we
time, there
learning
needs
from
to be
those
some
lessons?
discipline.
Yeah.
There needs to be some discipline, right? There has to be some discipline at some point because if you look at a situation where you're going into the situation where it's one way, then you turn around and
It's
it
supposed to
turns
be
out to be another way. It's the same lesson that you're going to keep repeating. No, at some point you have to say, just stop it,
right.
right? I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not gonna change, right? You don't keep getting the same lesson,
No.
right? Over and over again and
That's
looking at it
exactly.
as it's a lesson, right?
Mhm.
And then lastly, let me see. There
Girl,
is
that guy, I was in Indianapolis. This is
okay.
what I'm talking about. What the work ethic of people in jobs, fuck it. I want to cuss so bad. Sucks.
Okay.
Y'all do not work hard. You do mediocre, less than mediocre work at your when you're employed,
Uh-huh.
slacking and
Mhm.
lacking. So, Planet Fitness, Indianapolis,
Right.
Indiana. A
Mhm.
man went in to go work out and go into the tanning booth. They did not find this man for 3 whole days. What the employees was freaking doing around now?
And
Smoking
he
crack
was in a
all day?
tanning booth, right? In a tanning booth with a needle. They found the needle in the tanning booth at Planet Fitness where this guy was dead and they smelled the odor.
You can smell the odor in less
People
than
were
24 hours. So I don't understand. You didn't come into work and sit there and just go in each tenant booth and clean. What about your cleaning duties? You didn't clean that night when you
no,
closed. You just locked the door and just went on about your business. You're supposed to sanitize. You know, people been in
right,
the cleaning booth. You're supposed to be in there sanitizing after
right,
every one.
right, right,
I'm so heat. I don't care if he was getting high or whatever like that. You probably could have saved his life if you would have went in there because you're only supposed to be in about 5-10 minutes anyway. I think you're not supposed
right,
to be that damn long.
right. Yeah.
Girl, that don't make no sense.
39 years old. Yeah, 39-year-old man had went into Planet Fitness, and he died, and he was dead for 4 days.
Sad,
And
sad.
they smell the odor. All the customers smelling something, but nobody knew what was going on. The thing about it is, it's the inhumanity of people no more. They don't care. They'll see somebody getting beat up over there, a man beating up a woman, and they keep on walking.
Yeah.
You at least should call the police, call for some
Call
help, right?
911.
You
Call
might
help.
not be strong enough or mentally even capable enough to go over there or feel safe enough to go help, call somebody for
Or
help.
yell
They'll
out.
ignore it and go home.
Yeah. I yelled out from afar, leave alone. Hollering.
Right.
Somebody gonna hear something. You know? Come on now.
But
Us
I'm calling the police.
right. I call for that fitness to be shut down. Help! Hold on.
Right. Something.
Girl.
I mean, it's the inhumaneness of people, right? That nobody's caring anymore.
No.
And so the fact that Planet Fitness is under scrutiny about that, the guy's family said that he struggled with drugs,
Yes.
but he was very well liked.
Mm-hmm.
They don't feel that it was foul play.
Yep.
Um they found a needle there.
Mm-hmm.
He might have overdosed on an accident. That's been happening a lot lately, the overdosing on the fentanyl, right? Or in his instance, shooting up drugs, right? So for him to go in a space of I'm gonna shoot up something before I work out, that's crazy. I never heard of that. I thought that they go
Well,
work out first and then
and then,
go,
well,
do drugs afterwards.
no. He probably worked out first, went in there to relax, and he shot himself up, relaxed in the tanning bed, and never woke up.
Wow. That's so sad right there. That's disturbing. That is disturbing. You know how they say that that's a point of you having on clean underwear, bra, and panties, right? Well, in our instance, right? Having on clean
Right.
drawers because you
Yeah,
never
you
know
went
what
half
can
right.
happen,
Exactly.
whenever you're outside or whatever. The thing about it is that the family, just having to deal with afterwards, I don't think that people think about that enough, that, your family is the one. When you do something wrong, you kill the family. You might
Right.
kill yourself or think about oh, I'm grown. I could do what I want to do. You
But
can
your
have all
family
that
will
attitude,
catch
but it really affects the family who has to take all the backlash or the pain after
you.
you're
Yeah,
gone, right?
exactly.
So the family now is really upset. They want to know why, like you said, that the employees didn't go check, but really it's not the fault of the employees,
It's
right?
not.
It's
It's
it's the fault of the company not doing the rounds, the company as a whole, right? The one who owns the building, right? Who runs that, because they're all franchised out, right?
exactly. Oh,
Whoever,
I'm quite sure if I was the boss, everybody in there would be fired. Everybody that was on that shift, they out of there.
yeah, because
Got it.
whoever the person was that was supposed to check and, like you said, clean. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't clean for 4 damn days. I can understand 24 hours, but 4 days. You didn't clean anything. This guy went in there on a Friday, they didn't find him till Monday. And these people were working out all that time
But you know
Friday
what?
after.
And then another thing, you have to sign in for those things. It's right at the. Their booklet is at the front desk. You sign in for your time, then you have to sign out. You check and see if the person signed out. So if the room is open, you give it to the next person.
Oh. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't know it goes like
Oh,
that.
uh-huh.
Oh,
I used to work
wow.
at fitness. You have to sign in and out for those machines. For
Okay,
that,
so then the person that was working the tanning room is in trouble
mm-hmm.
because they never seen the person sign out, the guy that died, right?
Mm-hmm. They should
Wow.
have checked it at the end of the night. So when I was going there, you had to tan you had to sign in for tanning, had to sign in for the hydro machine, weight body machine, and you had
Okay.
to sign up for that red light tumbling thing, so for your muscle. Your muscles tension. I forgot the name of that machine, but yeah, you had to sign out for those things. Sign in and out.
Right. Okay.
They're in big trouble.
Yeah, they are. I rest in peace to him. It's sad that he had to go like that. Like,
Yeah,
well, he died at the gym. He's trying to do right in his life, and then, you know,
things happen.
he kind of killed himself though.
Yeah.
Because they said it wasn't no foul play. That they
You know,
smelled the odor.
yeah, he got the wrong drugs and probably too
Yeah.
strong for him. Rest his
Well,
soul.
thanks for tuning in, y'all, for another episode of Meet the Shoe. Make sure y'all catch up with us on Friday.
Yes,
Peace
Friday
out.
edition. Support our
Sponsors: Cashmere Lux, Bossed Up Beauty, and Lena Beans Organic Plus. Thank you.